For CMUEagles.com, I'm Brett Knese here alongside head men's basketball coach Jeff Sherman. Coach, going up against the 18th best team in the country a night ago ended in a tough loss. What did you learn about your team from your game against Evangel?
Well, we're very proud of our team. I think we came close. I think we put ourselves in a position, especially the last 5 minutes, to do all the things that we really set out to do from a game plan. We went in there shorthanded. We went in halftime, 9 points down, shooting 28% from the field. I think that was a gift. We're still in a ball game, and I thought the second half, the guys just poured their hearts out. We couldn't have asked for any more from them. There's a reason why Evangel came out on top. They've been on top of the conference the whole entire season. Their team does a phenomenal job of playing the roles, of knowing what to do, when to do it, and I thought that probably played a little bit of an advantage on their end. But from a coach's standpoint, going into the locker room afterwards, we walked in with our heads held up high. We gave it everything we had. Came up a little short, made some silly mistakes down the stretch, which we need to correct if we're going to be able to finish strong. But it was a big game for us. It's a very much a disappointment because we did have a shot still at getting one of those automatic bids, tie, at least put yourself in that position. And it's going to be very difficult to have that now. So our goal is right now still to at least be able to obtain a home court advantage heading into the playoffs.
Looking ahead, your team will face MidAmerica Nazarene University. This is a team that relies on strong defense and a strong free throw effort. They rank 7th in free throw percentage. How do you approach a team like this?
Well, I'll kind of go the other direction. They're one of the best fast-breaking teams in the conference. Their defense traditionally has not been what they've been known for, but this year they've had to mix a lot of things up because it is a different team this year. I don't think you've ever seen a MidAmerica Nazarene team in the last 10 years with a losing record. Though in the conference they're right there at 500 and they're one game below us right now, but they're a different type of team. And what's making them so tough this year is they're playing a little bit more zone, which is not a great zone, but they do have good length. But the one thing that MidAmerica has been known for decades is one of the best transition teams in the country. And I think that not only this year are they still utilizing that part, they're probably having to be a little bit better half-court oriented team as far as setting up their plays. And they're playing with confidence now. The first semester was a down time for them, but they see they're in contention for a home court playoff game right now. And coming off a tough loss with Peru State, which is, again, probably the most talented team in our conference last night, both of us are trying to rebound. And you're trying to do that 1 week away from your last game of the season. So we're looking forward to a very, very strong MidAmerica team coming in on Saturday, and they're always very well coached by Hall of Fame Rocky Lamar. So it'll be a huge challenge for us.
Back on January 17th in Olathe, Kansas, your team did secure a 75-68 win against MidAmerica. What did you learn from your first meeting that you can use here at home?
Well, one of the things, that was a very good win at MidAmerica because it's one of the toughest places to play. From a standpoint of what we learn, I think it's not so much of that aspect of the game. It's about our team gelling together. And again, that was another game that was very hard to get in the groove because when you're focused so much on trying to stop a team from getting up and down the court, that oftentimes it takes away a little bit of what you're trying to do from a philosophy standpoint. And again, we were very pleased with our overall effort because that was another game that we just had to grind out. It did not go as planned. And I don't think many of these games are going to go as planned. I think it's going to be whichever players decide just to go ahead and decide, hey, we're going to play 5-on-5 basketball. There's a game plan, there's a scouting report. You follow it as best you can. But I don't think there's any surprises in our conference. I think we all know quite a bit about each other. I think it just comes down to which players are going to really grind out the victories, work through the tough parts, And I think we're doing that. We have to do a little bit more of it, I think, down the stretch for us to have some success. But that's what the beauty of college basketball is all about. And as you get closer to postseason play, the teams that are playing the best are the ones that's going to move on. And so we have a setback last night, but we still have a chance to get on a roll for the playoffs.
MidAmerica's Nate Lawness is averaging just over 18 points a game. He dropped 21 on you guys last time. How important is it to shut him down and keep him out of his rhythm?
Well, yeah, he's a good ball player. He does well in their system. I think there's so many players that if he still were to get that many points against us, I still think we'll have success. The key is not to let a few other players get a lot of points. There's always reasons why certain players are leading the conference in scoring. And but the key factors is you don't want a player, for example, that's coming off the bench that we don't focus on, that's normally averaging 6 or 7, and they pull up 16 or 17. He's going to get his points. He's a good ball player. We won't have a focus at just shutting him down, but we have to make sure that he has to earn the points that he has. They got a lot of good players, a lot of players starting to step up for him now. It's a totally different team than when we played them the first time. Unfortunately, we're still going to be shorthanded this weekend. So we'll be very small, just like we were last night. And I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. We'll play it, but I was pleased with how our players reacted to it. I think we'll be full strength next week, but we have to get through this Saturday's game with still being a little shorthanded with injuries. And again, we have players that are stepping up and doing that, but the matchups will be could be a problem if we allow their inside players to have more of a focus in the game plan than what they normally would. So it's like we can talk about every team. I think they're all good. I hope they say that about us. I don't know what other coaches are saying, but I think we're still happy where we're at. We still have chances to do some good things. We're still looking to win 20 games for the season. So with 3 games left at number 18 right now, I think that's big for our program. So we just got to lace them all up and come out and try to play a little harder and smarter, and oftentimes you find yourself coming out on the upper end.
You mentioned players stepping up and your guys stepping up. Who does need to step up against MidAmerica in order to get your offense going and in order to get into his rhythm early?
Well, it's been our main players almost the whole season. I think Mitch Farr, being a senior, coming close to the end of his career, has to start having some of his best games. And the thing is, he's going to get his shots regardless. We do allow him the freedom of taking shots. Other seniors, you have Cody Anderson, a 4-year letterman for me, who is coming on the end of his career. We have Greg Williams, another senior that's coming upon his end of his career. So seniors need to really be able to step up. We've got some great role play from Mike McCode, Scott Stegman, Quentin Hunter. I think all those players even have opportunities and chances of making some kind of all-conference recognition. But the bottom line is we have to step up. We cannot have down games. We can't have, lazy efforts. And I think you wouldn't expect that at this time of the year. This is the most enjoyable time of the year to play basketball. And if you can play in March, you're really considered one of the best teams. So our goal is to play as many games in March as we can, and some of that has to do with the number of games we still have left in February that we need to win. So we need a lot of people to step up, and I hate to say it, Scott at being 6'4" will once again be starting for us at the center spot, and that's quite a challenge. He's come through for us all year long. Started off the year coming off the bench. He's been a starter at the 4 spot. Now he's having to play the 5. But we have to have a lot of our guards learn the 4 spot, and they're typically never in that spot. Again, rebounding is going to have to be a big key. So when I'm talking about even a Mitch Farr from a scoring standpoint, he's got to be able to also know that we need a couple more rebounds out of him these next few games for us to be successful. So you can carry that over to our entire team. But the team knows that. I think we're focused and we'll be ready to go.
It is sure an exciting time in the season coming down to these final 3 games. Central Methodist does host MidAmerica Nazarene University here inside Puckett Fieldhouse this Saturday, February 20th. Tip-off will follow the women's game. Good luck, Coach.
You betcha. Thank you, Brett.